Greg had always preferred to be left alone. His life was built on silence and routine. The same breakfast every morning, the same route to work, the same stall as at the Fox and Fern every Tuesday night. It was the only time he let himself slow down. He liked the corner booth, facing the door, back against the wall. He nursed one pint and ordered a second and left it untouched. A habit, maybe, or hope. That's where Heinz first saw him. It was raining hard that night. Greg had already lit his second cigarette. Fucking hell, you hard bastard. When the door swung open. A tall man, soaked to the bone, stepped inside with a look that said he hadn't quite planned on ending up there. Greg glanced once, and then looked away. Heinz approached with that quiet kind of confidence. Not arrogant, just composed. South African, Greg guessed. His accent was so rough, but every word landed like he meant it. Is this seat taken? Greg exhaled smoke. Only if you're scared of silence. Heinz smiled. Silence is underrated. That night, they barely spoke. Just slipped.
My game crashed.
Just sipped. Observed.
Reading gay fanfiction. Quiet, please.
Shut up! I'm reading a gay fanfiction.
What did he say?
Okay, where was I?
Nox, do you approve of this?
That night, they barely spoke. Just sipped, observed. When Heinz finally stood to leave, he said, "Same time next week?" Greg didn't answer, but he showed up anyway. Weeks passed. The conversations depended. Heinz had worked in publishing. He hated airports, loved thunderstorms. He had a tiny scar on his jaw from falling off a bike when he was 10. Greg never asked about relationships. Heinz never offered. There was a rhythm to them. Space. Glances, the occasional brush of a hand that lingered just long enough to say, "I could, but I won't. Not yet." One night, Heinz leaned and whispered, "You know, I wait for Tuesdays now." Greg's throat went dry. Yeah, me too. Oh, fucking I hate this. Then came the third week in May, and Heinz didn't show up. Part 2. Reunion. Spice begins. Oh.
How
was
fucking
full.
long this is?
Pretty hot
I don't know.
Shut up!
It was 4 weeks later when Heinz returned. Rain again, like the first time. Greg didn't even look up when the door opened. He was ready to give up. Then he smelled the scent. Warm, leather, and cedar. "You're late," Greg muttered, not turning his head. "I had to be sure," Heinz said, "that he'd still be here." Greg met his gaze for the first time in weeks. He looked older, tired, but still just as sharp, just as calm. What happened? Heinz slid into the booth, their knees touching under the table. I got scared, not of you, of this, of wanting something I'd sworn off. Greg didn't flinch. You don't get to vanish and come back like nothing happened. I'm not pretending nothing happened. Heinz's voice dipped low. I came back because I couldn't stop thinking about you. Greg stared at him, unblinking. Say that again. Heinz leaned closer, their foreheads nearly touching. I haven't wanted someone in years. And then you happened. Something snapped. A dam breaking. Greg grabbed his coat, tossed a few coins on the table, and stood. Come with me. Part 3. Nightfall. Greg's flat was quiet, dimly lit, still smelling faintly of bergamot and old pages. The door had barely clicked shut before Heinz turned him around, pressing him gently against it. The lips collided, hot, slow, desperate, not fumbling. This was years of restraint breaking open. Greg's.
Continue, I want to know what happens
Greg's
next.
hands found Heinz's waist, pulling him close. I thought about this. Heinz murmured into his neck, breath ragged, your mouth, your voice, the way you look at me, like you see everything. Greg pulled back, eyes dark, and stopped imagining it. Heinz obeyed. They didn't rush. Shirts were unbuttoned one by one. Touches grew bolder. Mouths moving from lips to collarbones to ribs, tracing old scars. And
You're back on now! Oh my god!
Continue.
tracing old scars and quiet stories. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, hold on.
When does it get to the pants part?
You want me to
Greg
take my
shivered
pants
when
off?
Heinz whispered something in Dutch against his shoulder. Something soft, reverent. They made love like they had all the time in the world. No fireworks, just hands gripping together. Grasps. Okay, there's no need. There's no need for all
I'm
of it.
role-playing, okay?
Okay, what the hell is going on?
Night vision.
Just hands gripping together. Tighter. Grasps shared like secrets. And a gentle rhythm of two people relearning how to need someone. After they lay tangled in silence. Heinz's hand resting over Greg's heart. I don't know what this is, Heinz said quietly. Greg turned towards him. It doesn't have to be anything yet. Heinz kissed him again, slower this time, but it's something. That was the end of that one. Oh my god.
God damn.
Someone else do another, please. I don't want to do anymore.
Should I put my clothes back
Someone
on?
You chose your destiny.
You should put your clothes back on. I think
Look on YouTube in general.
God.